We are Makilala TV, the first Filipino-American TV talk show in the New York metro area. Get to know us as we talk to the community leaders, innovators, advocates, and emerging artists who affect Filipino-American life.
Hello, welcome to Makilala TV, the longest-running Filipino-American talk show in the New York metro area. My name is Cristina Pastor, and with me today is my co-host, Rachelle Ocampo. Basketball in Filipinos is like baseball in America. They are inextricably linked, and one cannot imagine the country without its favorite homegrown sport. Filipinos have never really abandoned their affection for hoops, even after they have lived in the US for many years. As a matter of fact, in certain towns, regions, and states across the country, they organize teams and competitions. Not so much for the glory of winning, but more for camaraderie and relationship building, and rekindling what they miss back home. In some cases, they organize tournaments and outings to raise funds for Filipinos in need. Today, we are pleased to welcome two leaders of basketball clubs in New York. Alex Cayetano, president of Friends Life Matters USA, and Ian Martin Guballa, commissioner of the Phil-Am Basketball League of Long Island, or FABLE. They will talk to us about how basketball has remained a pride and joy of Filipinos anywhere in the world. Welcome to Makilala, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Hi.
We're happy to be here.
How are you, Ian and Alex? Are you guys still playing basketball?
We're still playing basketball. We're
Ian,
still very
yes.
active. Alex and I are still very active. In fact, we were teammates at last year's NABA in Spokane, Pennsylvania, right, Alex?
Okay.
Yes,
Alex?
very, very active in terms of playing and coaching also.
Oh, okay. So you are both
every week, every month? Like, how often are your tournaments, or is it just all for play?
I play scrimmage basketball at least twice a week to keep myself in shape, to keep those bad cholesterol away. You know, at my age, I really need those exercise.
Yeah.
At least twice a week.
So,
Yeah,
Ian, can you please increase the volume a little bit? Yeah.
Okay, how about now? Is it
Yes,
is it
yes,
better?
perfect.
Okay.
So,
Thank
how
you.
are you? How is basketball received by young Filipinos in our community? Are they interested in it? Alex?
Oh yeah, very interested. It's like once you like announce a camp, a basketball camp,
Uh-huh.
definitely you will see at least like 10 to 20 kids. Like their parents will bring them, and they'll be like there watching the whole time, and the kids are just having fun, even if they don't know yet. It's a camp. We make it really like a nice and very interesting basketball camp.
Yeah. Ian?
Yes, basketball has been part of the Filipino culture for many, many years. In fact, um, the parents are just continuing the traditions to the kids, and the kids are accepting it with the same passion like their parents. So they're
Yeah.
accepting it wholeheartedly.
Rachelle?
Yeah, I feel like that I've definitely grown up in with basketball. My dad
Exactly. Yeah, your dad.
is so active in the basketball leagues. I do remember going into those huge tournaments in Toronto, in Virginia, in Jersey, um, all for basketball. I feel like basketball is really one of the most unifying forces in the community. What do you think is it about basketball that brings people together?
Well, that's a very good question. You know, the simple answer is because Filipinos are united in our love for basketball. It's one thing we agreed upon. We may disagree in a lot of things, but we all agree that we love basketball, right? So that's it. We probably love basketball more than the Argentinians and the Brazilians love their soccer.
Oh,
So
really?
that's it.
Yeah. And
Analogy.
it's not because the parents coerce them into it.
uh, you know, most in most cases, no.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
because basketball is such a social event
Mhm.
that families participate in tournaments and things like that. basketball brings communities together, and
Mhm.
one thing more is one thing good about basketball is it doesn't discriminate. Regardless of your social status or economic status, you can
Yeah,
play basketball. What's important thing is your game, the way you
yeah,
play.
that's right. Alan, oh, Alex, I'm sorry.
Yeah, definitely. Like when the parents go to the basketball game, they bring the whole family.
Yeah.
So like
Mm.
once the kids see their parents playing, when they go home, they're like, "Hey, Dad, I think I would like to play basketball too." It's like they want to be seen also by lots of Filipinos, and that'll be a good start.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in Rochelle's case, that did not happen because
Yeah.
her dad did not kind of encourage her to play because she's a girl.
Yes, Christina. Thank you for reminding me how spited I am, but from my dad. Yes, he is like a coach. He plays basketball. But I'm pretty sure it was because I'm a girl that he didn't teach me basketball, even though I have a really great free throw. And yeah,
And you have the height.
and I have a little bit of the height. But when I was growing up, it was always just my boy cousins. They were always the one that was in basketball leagues. It
Mhm.
wasn't. We were there for the what is it? The pageantry. Like what do you call that, Ian and Alex? Like the
The cheerleaders.
not the cheerleaders.
Oh,
The
okay.
They
the
have the
Cheering
mutes.
squad. Oh, the Muse. You're the
The
Muse.
muse.
The Muse. Oh, okay.
so
Okay, yeah, yeah.
like I nothing against muses, but
Mm-hmm.
it would have been good to have a chance. So
Yeah.
Oh.
Ian and Alex, do you have daughters? Do you have how have you been able to encourage your own kids to play basketball?
Okay. I'll answer first. My two daughters gave up on basketball a long time ago because I often come home with all sorts of injuries like
Oh no. Uh-huh.
broken fingers, busted lips, and sprained wrists. And they said, "I will never play basketball." But good thing they're interested in a lot of things too, like photography
Hmm.
and that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. Now my youngest daughter, she's very interested in playing basketball. She attended clinics. Her teacher says she's tall for her age, even for her classmates. Being a Filipina is that's a rare thing, right?
Yeah.
Being a Filipina, and now she's one of the tallest in class.
Hmm.
So
Alex?
I
Oh,
Yeah, it's like I don't know when it started, but like I was just like when I go home, I always watch basketball, and I like watching women's basketball, especially the Yukon women's team.
oh,
oh,
I think my
Tiffany.
my daughter is like
Oh,
watching
Iowa.
too, and like she said like I think I like to play basketball. I said, "Are you sure?" Well, like I just like went to the park with her and like taught her drills for like
yeah.
6 7 days, and then she said like I asked her, "Do you want to be in the camp?" And she said, "Okay." And then now
Yeah.
she's like into it.
Okay. I think Caitlin Clark is now becoming
Mm,
an icon of women
that's right.
basketball players and
Yeah.
enthusiasts, right?
Yeah, I don't know. She is, but like there's a lot of issues. Like
Mm-hmm.
basketball, there's
Yeah.
really lots of issues. So
Really?
Intrigues.
We'll talk about that later.
Intrigues. We'll talk about that later. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a study conducted by Nike, and they found out that 40% of Filipinos played basketball in one form or another.
40%?
40% of Filipinos played basketball,
These are
and
Filipinos in the Philippines?
in the Philippines, 40% played basketball in one form or another, and 80% followed basketball in one form or another. That's how immersed we are
Really?
in basketball.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that
So
extensive.
it was that extensive. That's the study done by Nike, not
Ah,
very recently.
wow.
That's
Rochelle?
amazing, right?
Yeah, I'm always trying to figure out how to engage the Filipino community. And I have found basketball to be like what I said earlier, that unifying force to bring people together, whether it be the Filipino Heritage Nights
Mm-hmm.
with the
Mm-hmm.
Nets
Mm-hmm.
or the Knicks. And I feel like that your groups have really helped bring the community together. Can you tell us a little bit more about your groups, Family and Friends Life Matters?
oh, sorry, you got cut off,
Uh,
so we weren't able to get
Oh,
the.
The my question was, can you tell us a little bit more about your work with Fably and Friends Life Matters?
Okay, you go, Ian.
Okay, probably, short answer, probably is a non-profit sports organization that is committed in developing the character of an individual, but also probably is also making social impact on our underprivileged brothers and sisters in the Philippines through various
Mm,
fundraising activities.
yeah.
So that's what we do. So just
How old is
recently we
Fably?
donate. Oh,
How old is Fably?
Fab, probably according to Coach Ronnie, because I made sure I asked this before, before. He said that probably is 12 years old. It was
Okay.
founded like 2012 something.
Okay.
That's it.
We believe
He
Coach
founded
Ronnie.
it. Yeah. Yeah, just recently, Pabli donated shoes for the kids in Marawi and in Baguio City.
Oh,
But for the
really?
past 12 years, we've been donating lots of stuff like bicycles for kids who cannot commute
Oh,
going to schools. Pabli donated computers for high school kids, and also Pabli has donated cash and has different feeding programs. Um, we also donated shoes and back to school supplies.
mhm.
That's what Pabli do year round for the past 12 years.
Yeah, that's very nice. What about you,
Yeah.
Alex? Friends
Yes,
Life Matter.
Friends Life Matters is a little bit different with the family organization. We are also a 501c3
Mm-hmm.
nonprofit humanitarian organization. And our mission and vision is to fight hunger, to create a world that no one goes to bed hungry. So what we do is, with the help of the basketball fundraising, we were able to do feeding programs and especially our organization. We have a medical program, eyewear program, and we do a Brigada Escuela. It's giving back school supplies and bags to the kids. So like every year we do a fundraising with the help of Fably, and every December we do a cancer patients feeding program,
Mm.
and what else? Not only cancer patients, also like the one with the heart problems. We
Mm-hmm.
do a Christmas party for them. So basketball and humanitarian really works
Yeah.
together.
It looks like basketball and medical mission rolled into one, right?
Yes. Yes.
Friends Life, does it have a Philippine component? Are you also in
Actually,
Philippines?
we have volunteers. So
Ah,
like one of my volunteers is also like she does like a lot of humanitarian work. So
mhm.
we just tell her like, all right, you'll be in charge. You'll be the Philippine representative of Friends Life Matters USA, and
Yeah.
so that we don't have to go to like different big companies like Red Cross or something. We just go straight to the people. So all the funds really go straight and no like like executive fees or something.
Ah, yeah.
So that's what we do.
Okay.
Mm.
Rochelle?
Yeah, I feel like that because I'm always thinking of my own experience and with my dad's work. It's such a selfless job that you both are doing with your nonprofits because they're all volunteer based. Like there's no money making in this. In fact, I'm pretty sure my dad loses money from this.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. So it's just like selfless, such a selfless act, and I commend you both for doing the work that you do because you're setting the bar.
Mm.
You're not just creating these basketball leagues. You're not just playing basketball scrimmage and practice and tournaments. You're creating a component of fundraising. So you're really building that foundation for our younger generation. Is what is the typical age of people getting into your basketball leagues? Like when can my 3-year-old join Fably?
Alex, can you answer that, please?
Oh, sure. Like usually once the kid knows how to bounce a ball, they can surely
Dribble.
be part of the camp already. It's like the I think like the youngest that I saw like registering is like I think 5 or 6 years old.
Oh,
Oh,
So
wow.
like you can start
Mm.
early, and like for the parents, just buy a ball, a small ball, and let them just like dribble on the house. and then once they're interested, bring them to any of the Filipino camps, and there's a lot of Filipino camps.
Oh, really?
And the
Yes.
opposite
Yeah.
question I have is, who is your oldest player? Like, you have 5-year-old and beyond. What is the oldest that you've seen?
Ian.
The oldest we played against is 64 years old. His name
Wow.
is Boy Berbano. Yeah, he
All
played.
right.
He played last game, the Legends game, organized by Pabli, and he played the game. He was 64. He's 64.
The
He played the
Legends
game.
game
Yes.
would be the old timers, will be the older Filipinos.
No, the Legends game with the PBA players. He
With the
played.
PBA players.
Yeah,
They were here in the US? Or they live
yeah,
here?
they were here. They were here like when was that, Alex? Like
I think like 2 months ago.
2 months ago. That's the oldest player that I know. He's 60. He's 64 years old. He
I'm
plays.
curious.
He's still
How
active.
do you start to organize a team? Do you go to schools? Do you go to families? Do you go to your neighbors? How does it start? Alex.
Usually, there's a group, and then we do like open scrimmages, and then from
Yeah.
there, it's like, hey, probably we can form a team and play against like different groups. So that's where the small group starts, and then it goes big. So like I think that's how like the Filipinos get together. It's like
Mhm.
just like a friendly scrimmage, and then one
Yeah.
one thing turns to another, and then it becomes
That's
like,
right. Yeah.
oh, we're a team.
Ian, would you like to add something?
I agree with Alex. That's how usually it starts. When Filipinos are no longer content with just playing scrimmages, and they said, why don't we get referees? Why don't we put timers like the real games? And then that's how it starts usually. Then
Yeah.
that's the start of a lot of tournaments. That's how usually a lot of tournaments start.
Is there just curious, is there a fee involved when you join?
Oh,
Yes, definitely.
yes, because like one thing with that is like because like we rent referees, we rent gyms,
Okay.
we rent like the one who do the scoring.
Mhm.
So definitely
Yeah.
we need to register with the registration, like registration fees, and
Uh-huh.
also that will also like help in some kind for
Mhm.
our fundraising for the extra funds.
Mm.
You
Okay.
know, any funds will do to like to
Yeah.
help out our Filipino kababayans.
Yeah. Rochelle?
Yeah, I wanted to also you guys brought up like coach, and I wanted to find out what is the role of the coaches and mentors in guiding these young players. Like, how do you become a coach? Did When you guys are all on the team, like, who decides out of all these egos the person that's going to be leading the team?
Coach Alex.
Well, first of all, like for me, I attended like coaching seminars, so like
Mm.
so I can know like if I'm coaching kids, there are like things that you should do first, like safety and like organization with the parents, because
Yeah.
like the parents are the most important one for the kids, because they're the one bringing the kids to the games.
Yeah.
So like a lot of communication and a lot of like organization, and of course like safety first for the kids. That's the very important one. And for the coaching responsibility with the adults, I think it's hard to be a coach with the adults, because like
It's harder, right?
they
Yeah.
they have their
They
own
have their own minds.
I want
They have their own minds.
here. I want to be there. So like I said, like, all right, just like I'm the coach, please listen to me. And if you want the coach, don't play. Something like
Oh
that.
my God, that is so strict.
Uh,
I
So
don't know about you.
how do the kids find the time to join a basketball group when they have so many things on their plate also, like there's school, there's martial arts, there's culture, there's arts. How do they
mm.
manage to include basketball in there? Ian?
The schedules of basketball clinics, like we do in Fably, they are usually during weekends.
Weekends.
Ju- Yeah, weekends. So kids have more time during weekends, right?
Hmm.
So, and aside from that, I know they prioritize basketball over martial
Oh,
arts,
really?
over painting, over
Yeah.
lots of stuff because we love basketball, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's the reason why they have still time for it. They do it over the weekends.
Yeah. So, organizing, being part of a team might be also very expensive. Like you
Mm-hmm.
have to pay for uniforms, basketball shoes, and of course the fees to enter the team.
Yeah,
Are there? Is that a correct assessment?
that's right.
Alan, Alex. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Alex.
No
I keep
problem.
calling you the wrong name.
Yeah, there's like definitely there are fees involved. Like
Yeah.
of course, first of all, the uniform.
Yeah.
Regarding the sneakers, it's like we don't really ask them to buy specific sneakers. So what they have, that's good.
That's a
But
good idea.
definitely, it's only the uniform, the up and down uniform.
Yeah.
That's the main one of the costs, and also the registration fees. If one team doesn't have a sponsor, we ask every parent to chip
Oh,
in. Let's say there's like 10
Shipping, yeah.
players,
yeah.
450 is the fee, so $45 each kid,
Mm.
and
Oh, that's
the
very
uniform.
reasonable.
Yeah, but like if there's a sponsor, they won't pay anything. Like before, I think in a big tournaments, when Fably does the tournaments, we I think mostly it's free for the kids
Hmm.
because of
Mm.
fundraising during the year.
Yeah.
So if you see a really talented kid, but he couldn't afford to join because maybe the family cannot afford it, what will be your? Can you still take him in? But you see a lot of potential in this kid. Alex?
Definitely. Actually, if he's a good kid or there's a potential, there's
Yeah.
not even only one team that will go for him. There's going to be a lot of different Filipino
That's
organizations,
right.
and
Yeah.
like what is like $100 for him to be in the team? That's
Ah,
nothing. If he's good, they'll
yeah.
be like all over him. Like,
Yeah.
hey, they will
That's
even like
right.
talk to the parents. I can give you a free lunch. Let's talk about like,
Oh,
having
really? They will be
a
competing
bit
for his
recruiting.
They will be competing for him to
Yeah.
They will
sponsor.
be competing for him. That's the right term. But you know, you mentioned expenses, right? But
Yeah.
one thing with us Filipinos, we are always resourceful. We always find ways. Uh, we all some teams look for sponsors. For example, they will look for sponsors so that
Yeah.
players will no longer have to pay the
Yeah.
registration fee or whatever. Just like Coach Alex said, if we cannot find sponsor, we just chip in. We divide the expenses among ourselves, and then we chip
Yeah.
in. That's how we do it.
So I have a question for Ian. Ian,
Yes.
is there intrigues in the basketball community?
Oh. uh, I've been
Tell us
you know
about
I've
it.
been talk I've been talking to young guys,
Oh,
young basketball players, and then one of the boy told me like, "Kuya, I can no longer play at this park." I said, "Why?" Because they said I play physical. What, you play physical? Yeah, that's one thing I can say the difference between Filipinos. We tend to play physical
physical
because we're
meaning rough.
no, not necessarily rough.
What
Yeah,
do you mean
rough,
by
but
physical?
not necessarily rough because some Filipinos, they extend lots of efforts. They are more tenacious when they play. They are more focused. They are more, let's say, they're more aggressive in grabbing
Uh-huh.
the rebounds and everything. And then
Okay.
some people will misinterpret that as being too physical. And then some kids that I heard, they're no longer allowed to play at the park because they're too physical, and they
Mm.
guard. They're guarding too close. They're guarding too hard. So that's one of the if we
Isn't
call
that
it
part of
even an
playing
intrigue.
basketball?
It's
So
part
where
of
is
Coach Alex. Is that a part of playing basketball?
Well, that's the thing is like there's a Filipino word. I'm not sure
Uh,
what's the English word of it. Filipinos are manggugulang. So like I'm not sure
Yeah,
what's
yeah, that's
the
right. Parang
English
parang
but like
they're not following the rules, parang ganon.
no, it's
no,
like
we're
it's like it's not physical per se, like rough or something, but like
Uh-huh.
they do something that like other other nationalities don't know
Do
what
not.
to do. So it's like,
They,
just like, all right, let's hold the shoulders or something so they can't
oh,
jump, or like something like that. So there's
Okay,
there's
okay,
like
yeah.
ways
Okay,
that
I get
you
it.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, because Filipinos usually are smaller than their counterparts,
Ah,
and they usually find ways to grab the rebound, and
that's
these
right.
small things that they do, it tends to annoy other people, so they complain about it. They're
Oh,
not
you mean
really
when you
per
say
se,
annoy other nationalities or
yeah,
other
and then
Filipinos also?
other Filipinos too, but usually Filipinos are more accepting
Of
because
this, yeah.
they tend to do that also. Yeah,
Rochelle.
but yeah, it gets annoyed. Some people get annoyed with that.
Uh-huh.
It's not really breaking the rule. It's more like bending the rules or trying to get away with it.
Yeah,
Probably.
I know we only have like 2 more minutes. Christina, do you want to ask
Mm.
your last questions?
Oh, we have 2 more minutes. Yeah, that's right. I just wanted to ask both of you, very briefly, how do you plan to promote basketball among Filipino youth? Maybe very short answers for now.
Coach
Alex?
Alex?
Okay, like well, for us to promote the Filipino basketball, it's like we start with the kids.
Uh-huh.
That's how you promote basketball. Like it starts with the kids, and the parents will see it, and it's like a word of mouth. It will
Yeah.
go to other parents, and then it's just gonna go from small to big. So and
The
then
big, yeah.
a team, and then a big organization.
Ian?
And we can also do the other way around. We start with the parents, and then they will bring their kids, and then the kids will say it, and they say, "Well, Tatay, Papa, I will also join. I would like to join." But promoting basketball is, I don't think we really need to
Yeah,
promote that much because you know we see that all the time on TV and social media and everything. But
that's right. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
but Philippine basketball, we just need to involve the kids, just like
okay.
Coach Alex said, and also
Thank
the
you.
parents.
I'm so sorry, Ian. Sorry,
It's
gentlemen, we're
okay.
running out of time. I still sense a lot of passion here for basketball. I read a little bit of history that sometime in the 1950s, the Philippines was one of the top basketball powers in the world. Ha, who knew, huh? Thanks for your insights, Alex and Ian, and good luck keeping the flame alive, so to speak. And to our viewers, thank you for watching.